so much for clicking play on today's episode of the Jasmine Star Show. I'm your host, Jasmine Star, and if you're new around here, welcome. I love connecting with like-minded business owners who are chasing their dreams, just like you. But let's get real. Does your business ever feel like it's running you instead of you're running it? Yeah, I've been there. For years, my business felt so inefficient that it seemed like it was happening to me. Let's get real. It wasn't until I took control and started establishing better systems that I felt the freedom of business ownership. Now, if you were to ask me about systems 10 years ago, I would have just rolled my eyes because I'm like, that's way too corporate. I'm not trying to build systems. I'm trying to build a creative business. Ooh. Let me just save you a lot of time, stress, and energy. I have the capacity to be more creative because of the systems that I have in place. I used to believe that a system would shackle me, and now I feel like systems are freeing me. So if you have ever felt like you are a slave to your business, let's chat about things that we can do to open up pathways to get you closer to where you want to go in a quicker amount of time. So this is a quick and tactical episode I'm going to give you and share with you the 3 things that I did to establish a better workflow for my business. So tip number 1 is to plan your workday in 30-day increments. Now, it's no secret, I love to plan out my time. Now, it might seem counterintuitive, but the more I plan out my day, the more freedom I have. I know exactly what I need to do at any given moment and how I can show up best in my professional and personal life. Planning your workday in 30-minute increments gives you manageable blocks of time to focus at the task at hand without distractions and without feeling like you need to juggle a million things at once. So I got this really great piece of advice from my friend, Amy Porterfield. What she does is she works with a task management system called Asana. I use Asana too. No, this is not an ad. Although if anybody at Asana is listening, hook a sister up. Anyway, so Asana is a task management system. Think of it as like a digital to-do list that your team can see. And so as CEO, I can go into Asana and I can see who's working on what projects and when they're due and the process and timeline of how it's all unfolding. But for myself and my tasks, those tasks are actually added to my Google Calendar. So for instance, as I'm recording this podcast, I have a 30-minute block of my day to record this particular podcast. Hey, it coincides with my 30-minute increments. That way I can look at my day, and if I happen to be running late on another project, I simply move down my task for the day. And even if I'm not doing the task at the particular time that I plan them in the day, I definitely know that I can get everything accomplished within the daily work hours and the parameters that I have set. I am telling you, adding my task to a Google Calendar to ensure that I'm doing the things that I need to do in a given business day has been a total game changer. Now let's dive into tactical step number 2, and that's to set specific days for meetings. I don't know about you, but I am not one to get dolled up and dressed to the nines every day. Okay, listen, on the days that you actually see me with my hair done, it's like twice a week. And whenever I do get dressed, my husband looks at me, he's like, whoa, where are you going? And I was like, how about not be offensive? Because I like rocking my yoga pants and greasy, messy bun. Okay, it's how I roll. However, it's important for me to put specific days on my calendar where I have meetings, or I go live on social media, or I'm batching content. That way, I just spend time doing my hair and makeup that 2, maybe 3 times a week. And then the other days, it's like I'm hitting the ground running without the pressure to be what we call show ready. I know, how stupid. I can't believe I just admitted this. Like JD will ask me in the morning, are you getting show ready today? Show ready. Like, yes, baby, the world is my show and I'm going to star in it, but just 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. So on the other days, you can definitely find me in casual flip-flops, yoga pants, hair in a bun. And let me tell you, if that is not freedom, I don't know what is. Now, I know some people out here like, Jasmine, I can't just be productive of my day if I'm not having like lip gloss and my day ready. Good for you. Good on you, girl. For me, I'm more of like a getter done. Speaking of getter done, let's get into tactical tip number 3, and that's to use a project management tool to stay organized. Remember, I already shouted out that in step number 1, but I'm going to say it again because I used to keep everything on Post-it notes. Now, I still do. There are times where I will get out a Post-it note and take what I have in my digital to-do list and put it on a Post-it note so that I have like a visual cue on my computer every single day. But when you're a business owner and you don't have the brain capacity to remember everything at once, and like scribbled down to-do lists on random piece of paper will only get you so far, because the more your business grows and the more your team grows, you have a lot of moving pieces. That's why I live and die by our project management system. Now, I had mentioned before, I use Asana, but that's what the entire team uses, in case you're wondering. And with Asana, I know exactly what tasks need to be done each day. And I've set up important reminders and recurring tasks, so I never need to worry about missing another important deadline again. Now, if you're feeling overworked and overwhelmed, I hope you can create a workflow that serves you better as you implement these 3 tips, because you deserve to enjoy the fruit of your labor. I know you work hard, and I know that you are doing your best. I believe that if you put in the work now to create a better workflow, you can reap the benefits later. Now, it's taken a while for me to find out what the right cadence is, but I don't want to tell myself a story, and I don't want you to tell yourself a story that you're like, no, that would never work for me. It's actually teaching yourself how to get better organized so you have more time to do things that you find most valuable. Is it important for you to make breakfast or dinner for your family every single day, but you find yourself not being able to prioritize that? Friend, when you create a daily workflow, you hedge your bets to ensure that you are doing the things that you want to do. And that right there, that's freedom. If you need a little extra help managing your time, you can download my free productivity planner. This is the exact system I use to break down big goals into manageable pieces. It's a system I swear by, and now it could be yours too if you want to check it out. Again, it's free. You can download it at jasminestar.com/productivity, and you could use it to start creating that workflow that you call your own. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon.